convicted 20 years ago for killing his wife and unborn son, Scott Peterson, and the LA Innocence Project are seeking a new trial.
Criminal defense attorney on Peterson's original defense team, Laura Yeretian, is joining us now. Laura, good morning.
Good morning.
I think what a lot of people want to know, this obviously gained national, worldwide notoriety 20 years ago. Why is this happening now?
It's happening now because the Los Angeles Innocence Project has taken on this case. The case is already before the Court of Appeals. There's a writ of habeas corpus that's been filed on his behalf, and the LA Innocence Project has decided to take on the case. And they don't take on any case, right? They usually take on cases of individuals who they believe have a credible claim of innocence, and we all know that these are a group of lawyers, scientists, and students who collaborate together to help exonerate defendants who've been wrongfully convicted, and hence the reason why we're here. The idea that they've taken on this case speaks volumes. It says that this group of attorneys and scientists and students believe that Scott Peterson is innocent, and they're out to prove exactly that. Now, they may or may not be able to prove innocence, but they may be able to get enough evidence through all the discovery requests and DNA testing to be able to overturn the conviction and get him a new trial.
Laura, can we talk a little bit about that evidence? What has changed from when you were on the case? What would be presented that's new?
Well, we can glean or get a sense of where they're going with it based on the requests and the motions that have been filed. You've got a motion for DNA testing that's been filed, and they're asking for testing of DNA from the Medina house, and the Medina's home is the home that was burglarized, and based on the defense theory, on the day and the morning of Laci Peterson's disappearance, and the Medinas live across the street from Scott Peterson and Laci Peterson. So there's a hammer and also gloves that they've gotten from that home, and they believe there's some DNA on those, and it looks like they're trying to connect the DNA from those two items, and these are items that everyone believes were left behind by the burglars of the Medina home. They're trying to connect it to items that are being tested from an orange van that was found the morning after Laci's disappearance in the airport district of Modesto, which isn't that far from where Laci and Scott Peterson lived, that had a mattress in it and a gas container, all sorts of things that they want to, again, test for DNA. And this was a van that was cited by witnesses in the investigation for Laci's disappearance. And the theory by the defense at the time was that she was abducted potentially by the burglars, because the position of our team was that the burglars may have been very much involved, because we believe that the burglary happened the morning of, but at the time we didn't have enough evidence to show that, because the prosecution position was that they had talked to the burglars. This happened a couple days after her disappearance, and they checked on the alibi, and the alibis were confirmed, verified, nothing to connect them to this particular disappearance. So again, they're testing DNA evidence from that van, and they're also testing DNA evidence from from where Laci's and Connor's bodies were found. There's duct tape that they're trying to test. There's duct tape on a target bag that was near where the bodies were found. The twine around baby Connor's neck. And you could see where they're going with it. They're trying to connect the triangle. They're trying to connect the three to each other. And my guess is that they're trying to show that the burglars had something to do with it. And there's a lot more than that, obviously. A lot has come up and has been discovered through the years, through investigation that has been ongoing to potentially connect the burglars to her disappearance.
When is this case, when is this going to happen? Because a lot of the folks and former prosecutors saying that a lot of the stuff has already been litigated at trial. It's already been litigated in his appeals. This stuff is big enough, in your opinion, that perhaps he will get a new trial?
Definitely. This stuff is huge. If everything was litigated and if they turned over everything, we wouldn't have that lengthy list of items that the Los Angeles Innocence Project has requested. I don't know if you've seen the motion itself. It's pages and pages, pages after pages, request after request, and they don't just list those requests. These are items that the prosecution had at the time and didn't turn over. Many of them are, and they actually explain why they believe these items exist, and the prosecution had. There are a number of things. For example, there's a Croton watch that Scott Peterson had said Laci was wearing the morning of her disappearance. Someone had pawned off a Croton watch that seemed to match the description of the same watch. And there was an investigation. People were interviewed. And interestingly, we have a pawn shop owner that says he may have given the Croton watch to the detectives. We can't find it. Again, there's a phone conference between two individuals, one of whom is at a state prison. Again, there's a recording of it. We didn't get that recording. And where someone is talking about how the burglars had, in fact, abducted Laci Peterson. Something someone had initially said was turned over to the prosecution.
Right.
Again, we didn't get. So the list is long.
The
so
list
if
is
they
long.
really turned over everything, we wouldn't have this. We wouldn't have this long list by the Los Angeles Innocence Project.
All right, Laura, you're at CN. We appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be right back.